this is Bob from the Shed app with another session of Simplified Shed Stuff. Today, I want to walk you through some major updates to the Building Design Editor. We've focused this update on making it easier to lock in standard business designs that your shop can produce more efficiently, and then offer discounts that create price differentiation between standard and custom designs, so buyers customize less. In other words, offering discounts that actually increase your profits. So let's take a look at the new things we've added and what they can do for you. First, let's go over here to the menu on the right column. We're going to click on System, then Catalogs, then Building Design. Nothing has changed here. We have all our building designs listed by building design category. So I'm going to go up here to the upper right-hand side of the page and click on Add Building Design. We've got three new tabs here at the upper left as part of the Building Design Editor. The first is the Design tab, where I will create the design. Then I've got the Information tab. You'll notice that if I click on the tab at this point, because I don't yet have a building design, I'm not able to access the Information tab. And here we have Notes and Attachments. You can't access this tab either right now for the same reason. Now, to add a design, I'm going to click on a building model category, the backyard shed. I'm going to select a size for my shed. Let's go with a 10 by 18. And here, where I select the size of the shed, I want you to notice the price of the shed is $56.98. This is just the building model price and something I want to pay attention to later. I'm going to load that in 3D. I can work with it in non-3D as well. That opens us up to the Design Editor. You can see this is similar to the design stage of the order form. And we have the same options here, but I'd like to call your attention to the pricing on the page, which is explained in this note up here. Please note that the price reflected on this page is the sum of the building model and option prices used in this design. So let's add a door. And then we'll come over here and change the color as well. Now, before we move on, let me also explain about the context menus available on the shed you're designing. I will be referring to these later in this demonstration. The context menu is the menu that shows up on the order form when I click on an option, giving me the ability to perform specific actions on that option. For example, if I click on this door here, I get this context menu which lets me move or reverse or remove the door. Okay, now that I have a building design to work with, I can move on to the information page. Before I do that, just note that the price of the shed now up here is $6,083, reflecting the options I've added. Now we go down here and click on Next, and that will bring us to the Information tab, which is now available to me. This page lets us determine how our new building will appear on the order form. There are a few different information sections on this page. First, here at the upper left, we have General Information. In this section, I can control whether the building design I'm currently creating is available or not available on the order form, meaning whether or not salespeople or customers will be able to see and select this particular design. Below that, I can select a building design category. I'll select Classic Utility. Then, moving over here to the right, I have the Prices section. You see we have three price fields. First is Actual Price. That's the actual price of the building, which you'll see matches the design price here. Now, on this second field under Prices, we can add a building design surcharge. The first thing we need to do if we want to add a surcharge to the design is select a basis. We've got two selections, the first being Fixed, which allows you to put in a specific amount. I'll subtract $100. When I do, you'll see down here that the retail price reflects that discount. Or I can select a percent. I add a value, let's say minus 10%. And in this field, you'll see the surcharge now is negative $569, a discount of $569. And our final retail price shows now as $5,513. Now, this 10% discount is applied to the building model, or what we call the shell price. The other section on the information page is down here, under the Order Form Design Permissions. Here, I can specify whether or not the order form will allow salespeople or customers to select additional options for this particular building design. If I click Don't Allow, nothing can be added to that building. The only thing that can still be changed is the color. If you ever need more information, these little information buttons here will bring up tooltips like this that dive deeper into the details. You can see this section lets you create buildings that you designate as standard designs that are non-customizable that your shop can produce with higher efficiency. Then, using the pricing discount fields, you can offer those at more attractive prices than customized buildings. Effectively, you incentivize your customers to choose designs that are more profitable for you to produce. You'll see here we have all the options on the building: smart side siding, the trim, the roof, and the shed door. These are listed by option type. Next, we have the context menu permissions. Remember that we looked at how context menus worked earlier. This area lets you control whether context menus will be available on the order form for a given option you've added, and you can make each option available or not available. And you'll notice that if I select Not Available under the context menu permissions, I cannot change either of the other two permissions. Next, we have the Move and Resize column, and notice here that depending on the option type, the Move Resize is available when you click the context menu. You see that here. Doors can be moved, but they can't necessarily be resized, so we don't have that option here. Then the last column, we've got Remove and Replace. Here we can indicate whether or not the specific option can be removed from the building and/or replaced. Remember, we're specifying what options will be available to customers or salespeople on the order form. When it comes to siding options, trim options, or roof options, a building can only ever have one each of those. So if I make these not available, what that means is that the feature cannot be changed. If I'm creating a standard, non-customizable design and I make the siding element not available, that means this siding choice is locked in. It can't be changed by the customer on the order form. Before we take a look at how this new building will appear on the order form, let's add a few more special elements. I'll select the Design tab. I'm going to add another door. Then I'm going to select the Information tab, and you'll see down here at the bottom we have another line for the new door. I'm going to designate this new element as not available on the context menu. Remember, that will mean that on the order form, customers and salespeople will not be given a context menu for this door, so they won't have the option to custom change that design element on this particular building. Now I'm going to go back up here to the Design tab, and this time I'm going to add two 36 by 36 windows. Now, we come back up here to the Information tab, and you'll see down here at the bottom now we have another line for the new windows, but it's only a single line for the two. That's because in this column, we're only listing the option type, so we won't get a separate line for each window. Under Context Menu, I'm going to leave this option as available, so a context menu will appear on the order form. But under the Move Replace column, I'll designate it as Not Available. This will affect whether the windows can be moved on the order form. So now let's go down to the bottom here, and we'll click Add. We'll get a confirmation that these changes are now added. And we close that. And now I'm going to jump over to the order form. I've got that up on a different tab on my browser for the purpose of this demonstration. I want to go ahead and load that building design. And I'll show you what it looks like on the order form. So we created a classic utility, and we created the 10 by 18. So here's our building. And if you recall, I'm going to flip back over here to the building design page now. We have these permissions for the 10 by 18 classic utility. So if I click on the window here, you'll notice that a context menu does appear. I can rotate the window, and that matches what we have here in permissions. If I click on this door, I can move and reverse the door. I click on this door, there's no context menu available. So we've created a building that we can offer without options at a discounted price. Customers can now choose to order that standard building or choose a different building and pay extra for more options. I hope you find this feature useful for increasing profit and efficiency. This is Bob for the Shed app. I'll see you next time with more simplified shed stuff.